Well, hello everyone. Phil Cookman here, and this is the Blue Envelope channel. It's time to watch the highlights from the Saturday morning session of the 2022 Convention of Jehovah's Witnesses. One thing that was really evident in this session is the fact that while the convention is sort of one of the premier events of the year for Jehovah's Witnesses, and you would kind of think that the talks are sort of the best speeches that Jehovah's Witnesses can offer. What you find in many cases is that the talks are actually just recycled Watchtower articles, and the speakers giving the talks are either just paraphrasing or literally reading the Watchtower articles word for word. And with that said, let's check them out.
And we were finally starting to notice. Not everyone wants to listen.
Now, to give you an idea of how significant this is with informal witnessing, I'm going to tell you a statistic. A survey was taken some years ago, and you'll be surprised, possibly. In one group of over 200 baptized witnesses, now notice over 40% have been contacted by informal witnessing. Isn't that amazing? Let's examine how to do it. And the best example of how to do informal witnessing is, of course, Christ Jesus. And there's an account all of us are familiar with in the Bible book of John, so please find John chapter 4. Go ahead, and then if you're a little nervous about it, then we beg Jehovah for his Spirit to help us, to give us the courage to witness about his beautiful name and purposes. Sitting at the well, and now notice what happens. In verse 7, a woman of Samaria came to draw water. Jesus said to her, "Give me a drink." Real simple. Give me a drink. For example, you could be in the doctor's office waiting room. So you speak from your heart and you notice the person's looking at you. Boy, I look forward to the day I'll never be sick again.
And then as I spoke, I would ramble incoherently and make a very bad impression.
Now, what's vital for a planted seed to grow? One authority says, of all the factors that determine seed germination, water is the first and most important. And another reference says, until seeds have sprouted, keep the seed bed moist, never allowing it to dry out.
We show our trust in Jehovah by doing what he tells us to do, and thereby we become his friends. Jehovah takes good care of his friends, and he is always loyal to them.
If he had come to me in friendship, then the scum that ruined your daughter would be suffering this very day. And if by chance an honest man like yourself should make enemies, then he would become my enemies. And then they would fear you.
Be my friend? Godfather?
Good.
We need to plan. So ask yourself, what abilities and skills do I have that I could use to support myself? A sister named Kelly had a very clear goal in mind of becoming a pioneer. So what did she do? Well, this is what she says. I had to choose something that would allow me to support myself in my ministry. Kelly enrolled in a vocational program in her high school, and that helped her to achieve her primary goal. Here's what she said. The full-time ministry was what I wanted to do. Everything else was secondary. Well, how does Kelly feel now about the decision that she made? She says, I feel my decision was the best one that I could have made.
This world is filled with judges. We're Jehovah's Witnesses. We don't do that.
Now, are any sisters wearing it in the ministry? No. I can't say I've ever seen that. But when they exercise, they leave their home and they're jogging in this stuff? Look at the verse. Is that appropriate? To wear skin-tight Spanx or whatever they call it, that's not modest, and it's certainly not sound of mind. It's really not appropriate. There's nothing else to say about it. Now, you want to be in your home or your room and wear that stuff, that's your business. But don't go out in public like that and say you worship the true God. I'm just trying to stay in shape. Inappropriate. But what's happened now is really caught on more. Now, metrosexual, that's the tight suit jacket and the tight pants, better known as tight pants. And they are tight, I mean tight, all the way down to the ankles. And that is not modest, brothers. No. It's not appropriate. It's not sound of mind. But like I've been telling others, and this is a fact, the homosexuals that are designing these clothes, they like you in tight pants. That's who likes it, not spiritual people. So it's just something to consider with dress and grooming. Is it appropriate? Is it modest? Does it display soundness of mind? If not, do something about it. If you're a spiritual family.
So it's a good idea to try and obtain his contact information, maybe his phone number. Some publishers anticipate this challenge and simply ask, "Do you text?"
Lesson 10 gives this direction. As soon as possible, invite Bible students to attend congregation meetings. What your student hears and observes at Christian meetings can touch his heart and will help him to progress. So when you show your student the video, "What Happens at a Kingdom Hall?" that would be a good time to warmly invite him to attend meetings. Also, be sure to invite a variety of publishers to accompany you on the study. And that way your student will get acquainted with others in the congregation, and he will likely feel more at home when he attends our meetings.
Well, have you ever heard the expression, no pain, no gain? Well, if you want to reach a certain fitness goal, or if you want to be very good at playing a certain sport, no doubt you're going to have some achy muscles.
Many health experts, however, no longer subscribe to the no pain, no gain approach to exercise.
I made changes very quickly. I stopped celebrating holidays, stopped praying to idols, but these changes were very strange to my mom. Just difficult for her to understand. She really was afraid I was being brainwashed. So after studying for several months, she had me move back in with her, which meant the end of my studies and no more attending meetings.
I'm sorry to hear that, Sister Alfonso.